Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about why we look up to famous people, at times even admire them, and invest so much of our time, energy, resources into their life. Why we value their opinion. What is the reason behind it? I will be answering all these questions in this video. The first reason is admiration, and it takes various forms. For example, there is admiration for talent. Personally, I find inspiration in Michael Phelps. He's one of the most decorated Olympian of all time with 23 gold medals. I admire him for his mindset, for his work ethic, for his dedication and discipline that ultimately led him to his success. Then you have people looking up to figures like Donald Trump. They look up to him because he's charismatic, he's witty, he's articulate. Again, we can narrow it down to admiration for talent. But with Donald Trump, he's also powerful. He can start a war, he can start a riot. So there is admiration for talent and admiration for power. And then you have people looking up to figures like Albert Einstein. They look up to him because of his brilliance and creativity. So there is admiration for intelligence. Then you have people looking up to figures like Bill Gates, who is talented, who is powerful, who is intelligent. All the dimensions combined together. And then we look up to certain figures, but there is no admiration present. But we look up to them for entertainment, for drama, and voyeurism. To sum it up, we look up to people because of admiration, and admiration takes various forms. For example, admiration for talent, admiration for power, admiration for intelligence. And then we look up to certain people, but there is no admiration present. We look up to them for the purpose of entertainment, drama, and voyeurism. Now let's examine the issue from an evolutionary perspective. We as primates, for most of our time, our ancestors always lived in tribes and groups. In that, they had a unidirectional or unidimensional hierarchy where people at the top got access to all the key resources like food, mating preferences. People valued their opinions because they called when to go to war with the other tribe or not to go to war with the other tribe. In a unidimensional hierarchy, if you want to be famous, you have to be at the top of the hierarchy. Then you have to be competent and have good cooperative skills and be somewhat a moral person. That is the case even today for chimpanzees. Even today they have a unidirectional or unidimensional hierarchy where the top alpha chimpanzee will get access to all the key resources. However, with humans we have undergone cognitive revolution, that is expansion of prefrontal cortex, and cultural evolution. We have multiple hierarchies. One can achieve the same end goal of access to key resources by various means. One can be a doctor, one can be an engineer, one can be a lawyer, one can be a plumber. As long as you're good at what you do, you can get the same end result of access to key resources. But despite our advancements, we still retain a lot of hardwired behaviors from our ancestor, like aggression and sexual preferences. In psychology, these are called cognitive biases, which influence our decision-making process and behavior. To give some example, authoritative bias, loving bias, hating bias, social proof bias, group identity bias, example of group identity bias, nationality, regionality, language, which is a topic for another video. So make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell. As I said before, in order to get to the top in a unidirectional or unidimensional hierarchy, one should be competent, one should have good cooperative skills and be a somewhat moral person. However, in a multidimensional hierarchy, one can become famous without embodying these traits. This raises the issue of false idols, where people in a multidimensional hierarchy can become famous, and people value their opinions because of our inherent biases. Charlie Munger coined this term called Lollapalooza effect, where your multiple cognitive biases combine together, forming a stronger cognitive bias. Now, despite our cognitive revolution and cultural evolution, we are still susceptible to a stronger bias under specific circumstances and context. This susceptibility is exploited in various aspects of our life, from entertainment to politics. In today's world affair, celebrities play a significant role in the issue of celebrity endorsement, where they endorse products from fashion, food, finance, real estate, sports, and even health industries. And people often blindly follow these figures because of our inherent biases. The issue becomes more pronounced in the USA, where celebrities endorse cryptocurrency and employ pump and dump strategy, exploiting the biases of the common man. Even though this might sound like a very simple concepts, they represent the same biases that played a significant role in causing the greatest human sufferings in the history of mankind. Events like communism, communalism, colonization, gulags around the world, Holocaust, are deeply rooted in these biases. Thus, understanding these biases becomes of paramount importance as they significantly influence our decision-making process and behavior. These biases are not entirely negative. They do have their utility under specific circumstances and context. For example, phobias are hardwired human behavior. Fear of snakes might be beneficial in a specific environment and context, and might not be of any use in a different environment. So they're not entirely negative. The primary idea of this video is to create awareness about our cognitive biases. Because I see fans fighting over their favorite cricket team, football team, building temples for celebrities, killing each other, investing so much of their time, energy, resources into their life. We live in a society where entertainment is more accessible to than that of education, because that is where the most money is. At least back in the day, we knew who's the bad guy. It is the colonizer, it is the totalitarian state, it is the authoritative figure who abuses its power. But today, in today's world affair, there is deployment of so much soft power. They achieve the same level of influence or even more level of influence by employing soft powers like ideological subversion, seduction, voyeurism, paid media, humor, charisma, etc. In order to navigate such a complex landscape, one should develop a very sophisticated philosophy of good and evil. And that is the core idea of this channel, is to help people achieve that level of sophistication and see the world for the better. If you're still watching, I hope you got something of value from this video. Feel free to comment your thoughts, questions, topics in the comments. And like the video and share with someone who might find this useful. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. See you soon.